Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, who would like to read today?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I can read it.
Yeah, I was wondering, maybe everyone is not yet active since yesterday late evening program. Yeah, please go ahead.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. King Pṛthu's 100 horse sacrifices. Text 1. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidra, King Pṛthu initiated the performance of 100 horse sacrifices at the spot where the river Saraswati flows to the east. This piece of land is known as Brahmavarta and it was controlled by Swayambhu Manu. When the most powerful Indra, the king of heaven, saw this, he considered the fact that King Pṛthu was going to exceed him in fruitive activities. Thus, Indra could not tolerate the great sacrificial ceremonies performed by King Pṛthu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is present in everyone's heart as the Super Soul, and he is the proprietor of all planets and the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices. He was personally present at the sacrifices made by King Pṛthu. When Lord Vishnu appeared in the sacrificial arena, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all the chief, Prabhuji, if you can please scroll up. And all the chief predominating personalities of every planet, as well as their followers, came with him. When he appeared on the scene, the residents of Gandharva Loka, the great sages, and the residents of Apsara Loka all praised him. The Lord was accompanied by the residents of Siddhaloka and Vidyadhara Loka, all the descendants of Diti, and the demons and the Yakshas. He was also accompanied by his chief associates, headed by Sunanda and Nanda. Great devotees who were always engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as well as the great sages named Kapila, Narada, Datreya, and masters of mystic powers, headed by Sanka Kumara, all attended the great sacrifice with Lord Vishnu. My dear Vitra, in the great sacrifice, the entire land came to be like the milk-producing Kamadhenu, and thus, by the performance of Yajna, all daily necessities for life were supplied. The flowing rivers supplied all kind of taste, sweet, pungent, sour, etc. And very big trees supplied fruit and honey in abundance. The cows, having eaten sufficient green grass, supplied profuse quantities of milk, curd, clarified butter, and similar other necessities. King Pṛthu was presented with various gifts from the general populace and predominating deities of all planets. The oceans and the seas were full of valuable jewels and pearls, and the hills were full of chemicals and fertilizers. 4 kinds of editables were produced profusely. King Pṛthu was dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Adho Saja. Because King Pṛthu performed so many sacrifices, he was superhumanly enhanced by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. King Pṛthu's opulence, however, could not be tolerated by the King of Heaven, Indra, who tried to impede the progress of his opulence. When Pṛthu Maharaj was performing the last horse sacrifice, Aswamedha Yajna, King Indra, invisible to everyone, stole the horse intended for sacrifice. He did this because of his great envy of King Pṛthu. When King Indra was taking away the horse, he dressed himself to appear as a liberated person. Actually, this dress was a form of cheating, for it falsely created an impression of religion. When Indra went into outer space in this way, the great sage Atri saw him and understood the whole situation. When the son of King Pṛthu was informed by Atri of King Indra's trick, he immediately became very angry and followed Indra to kill him, calling, "Wait, wait." King Indra was fraudulently dressed as a sannyasi, having knotted his hair on his head and smeared ashes all over his body. Upon seeing such dress, the son of King Pṛthu considered Indra a religious man and pious sannyasi. Therefore, he did not release his arrows. When Atri Muni saw the son of King Pṛthu did not kill Indra, but returned deceived by him, Atri Muni again instructed him to kill the heavenly king because he thought that Indra had become the lowliest of all demigods due to his impeding the execution of King Pṛthu's sacrifice. Being thus informed, the grandson of King Vena immediately began to follow Indra, who was fleeing through the sky in a great haste. He was very angry with him, and he chased him just as the king of the vultures chased Ravana. When Indra saw that the son of Pṛthu was chasing him, he immediately abandoned his false dress and left the horse. Indeed, he disappeared from that very spot. The great hero, the son of Maharaja Pṛthu, returned the horse to his father's sacrificial arena. My dear Vidura, when the great sages observed the wonderful prowess of the son of King Pṛthu, they all agreed to give him the name Vijitasva. My dear Vidura, Indra became the king of heaven and very powerful. Immediately brought a dense darkness upon the sacrificial arena. Covering the whole scene in this way, he again took away the horse, which was chained with golden shackles near the wooden instrument where animals were sacrificed. The great sage Atri again pointed out to the son of King Pṛthu that Indra was flying through the sky. The great hero, the son of Pṛthu, chased him again. But when he saw that Indra was carrying in his hand a staff with a skull at the top and was again wearing the dress of sannyasi, he still chose not to kill him. And the great sage Atri again gave directions. The son of King Pṛthu became very angry and placed an arrow on his bow. Upon seeing this, King Indra immediately abandoned the false dress of a sannyasi and, giving up the horse, made himself invisible. Then the great hero, Vijitsava, the son of King Pṛthu, again took the horse and returned to his father's sacrificial arena. Since that time, certain men with a poor fund of knowledge have adopted the dress of false sannyasi. It was King Indra who introduced this. Whatever different forms Indra assumed as a mendicant because of his desire to seize the horse were symbols of aesthetic philosophy. In this way, King Indra, in order to steal the horse from King Pṛthu's sacrifice, adopted several orders of sannyasa. Some sannyasis go naked, and sometimes they wear red garments that pass under the name of Kapalika. These are simply symbolic representations of the sinful activities. These so-called sannyasis are very much appreciated by sinful men because they are all godless atheists and very expert in putting forward arguments and reasons to support their case. We must know, however, that they are only passing as adherents of religion and are not so in fact. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religions. Being attracted to them, they spoil their lives.
Thank you. So let's go through this part. I think we'll take up the second part next week. Thank you very much, Satish Prabhu. Very nice presentation. How was your experience reading this exciting story?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhupada took us to the Ashwamedha Yajna place itself directly, and also the way he compares Indra as the first person to make the false godman kind of he introduced the false godman concept. So that was interesting, and also the kind of opulence that all these yajnas bring. And he says the rivers, seas where so much with dwells, etc. So very blissful in the morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, yeah, let's go through the purpose of Prabhupada further. This first part of the 19th chapter, 4th canto. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahim Dharati Papadadikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaisnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishaka Anvitamscha Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Panchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhan Sute Devi Pramami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Narayana Namaskacham Naram Seva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavataktamadvake Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Shananda Gopakumaraya. So we are reading from the 19th chapter of 4th canto, where Maitreya Rishi is answering the questions of Vidura. So Vidura is asking the questions about the glories of King Pṛthu. And in that context comes that last week we discussed about the whole earth was made flat and everything was churned. One was arranged as a cow, as a pot, and so cowherd man was churning. In that way, all the resources were churned and everything was nice. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about that King Pṛthu performs Ashwamedha Yajna. Kings, why do they do this? Is by performing Ashwamedha Yajnas, one is doing Yajna. Yeah. If we see when the whole creation came, the Lord Himself says that along with humans comes Yajna, the process of how one can uplift. So this Yajnas are part of should be part of our daily routine. Yeah. And in that, King Pṛthu initiated the performance of 100 horse sacrifices. Now, this is very interesting. I know there is, I think you may know Keshav Prabhu, right? Keshav Prabhu, what he did is that when he took up the role of temple president, yeah, a long time ago, then he took a resolution for himself that he resolved, I will do so and so number of Rath Yatras every year. And that inspires everyone. Wow, see how determined a leader is to spread Krishna consciousness, not just within the temple, not just in the streets, but actually on an annual way, yeah, celebrate Rath Yatra. And Cologne Rath Yatra is well known within Germany, and not only within Germany, but in Belgium, in Netherlands, even France, other places that they're looking forward to join. And this is possible. Why? Because of the resilience of one authority. And what happens with that? That is process of preaching. In that preaching, yeah, one can reach out to many people who are on the streets, who are yet to be touched by the mercy of the Lord or enhanced by the mercy of the Lord. And yeah, we can reflect our own life, how Rath Yatras have changed our whole existence, and what kind of mercy Jagannath showers on the streets. So in that way, here we see that King Pṛthu has initiated to perform about 100 horse sacrifices, and that created a big problem. Normally, when we take up to some devotional or upliftment programs, there will be people who do not like it. There are people who are atheist. There are people who are scared. There are people who are thinking or threatened that their uh, uh, days of enjoyment comes to an end. Why? Because now right authority has come, he has taken to possession. So that's what happens. The mafias, the under dons and all, they are a bit scared. So what should we do? But here, interestingly, what happened is the most powerful Indra, the king of heaven, saw this. He considered the fact that King Pṛthu was going to exceed him in fruitful activities. So there are also, we may think, okay, there are only demigods and demons. So one who is atheist are demigods, are demons. They always are fighting against good people. And our understanding is that, what is our understanding basically is there are two classes of men, good and bad. Yeah, fine. Now that's who belongs to good, who belongs to bad. For us, we see that atheists are anyway bad because they do not want to follow the laws of what Lord has given to perform yajna, sankirtan yajna, to perform to take part in devotional services. Who do not do them, we count them as who? We count them as demons, or we count at least them as atheists. But here King Indra could not tolerate the great sacrificial ceremony performed by King Pṛthu. This is very important to understand the position of King Indra. King Indra is the king of heaven. We were talking about King Pṛthu, who is performing sacrifices prescribed so that his people can be happy. And in purport, Prabhupada is mentioning, in this material world, everyone who comes to enjoy himself or lord it over material nature, he is envious of others. Makaran Prabhu, I don't know, yesterday we were discussing about this, right? So now let's see, is it possible to overcome this matsara, or do we have it or not? We should time to time do a self-check. Otherwise, very easily we get caught up and think that we are great. Here, King Indra, what happened is, just by knowing that King Pṛthu is going to perform 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, sacrifices, King Indra, out of his envy, he could not accept it. So this envy is also present in the personality of King Heaven. King of Heaven, Indra also has this. Why? Because King of Heaven, where is heaven? Heaven is still in the limits of material world. As evident from revealed scriptures, Indra was several times envious of many persons. He was especially envious of great fruitful activities and the execution of yoga practices or siddhis. So, indeed, he could not tolerate them and he desired to break them up. We see so many. Indra. As soon as there is a threat for a position for his own seat, then a person is thinking, oh, he has a fear. What will happen tomorrow? We also see this. Manthara has poisoned Kaikeyi. What did she say? She said everything didn't work. She only said one thing. Then be prepared. Then be prepared that you will become a dasi. Come on. I am a favorite queen of Dasharath. And how can I become a servant? And Manthara starts saying that, come on, how can you dream like that? When Ram becomes the king, who will become the queen? Sita. So who is queen here? Sita. Then who will have to listen to her? Is it you or she will listen to you? Then Kaikeyi got affected. Yeah, how can this happen? My position, I am the queen. Yeah, but we need to understand that all these designations are temporary. We need to understand when the right time comes, when the eligible person comes, then he will obviously take over. So this is what we see also in politics, that our ruling party comes, and ruling party, if they do good, they may stay a little longer, but it's not forever. Yeah, we do not see a party is going to rule forever. Why? Because there is a chance of becoming proud, and in the fire of pride, what may happen is we may do things which are not authorized. And when these unauthorized things are done, then the leaders are accruing what? Sin. And when the sin gets fructified, what is happening? It is coming in the form of karmic reactions. And when the karmic reactions come, the person will fall down. And when the person will fall down, whether he accept or not, what is happening? Yeah, there will be a person who is more qualified, he will take over. Why? Because the Lord want to have dharma prevailing. For that matter, he himself comes to re-establish dharma and to punish miscreants. So coming back here, we see that envy is a very, very, very dangerous quality. We don't want to have this quality. Why? Because this will only make us blind. With envy, we cannot see the greatness of other person. Here we see that Indra was special envious of great Pṛthu activities and execution of yoga practices or siddhis. Just imagine, oh, if a person is becoming more flourishing, if a person is becoming more qualified, if a person is getting more recognition, if a person is getting more attention and value, then what will happen to me? This is what happens, right? We see that we are going every Sunday to temple, and it's been since 2001, 2002, 2003. I've been going to temple, and all of a sudden we come across a person who just by taking part in a Rath Yatra, he got the mercy of Jagannath, and he's already, it's not that he has now become a devotee. Yeah, in his past lives, he has done so much bhakti that he has accrued, that he is already a devotee. It's only a matter of that eye opening of that moment. And when that mercy of Jagannath, the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu falls on that person, what is happening? Then his dormant Krishna consciousness is awakened, and then he understands what kind of life I have led. I have wasted my life. Oh, I only have less time left. Yeah, I remember I felt very happy when Dinanath Prabhu was saying, Prabhuji, time is very short. How many of us realize that time is very short? We know, yeah, come on, I'm now 40, which means maybe more 20. 40, I already thought that's nothing. So 20 will be not so much. Yeah, but what are we doing? In 20 years, what should we do? So then this particular new bhakta who is coming, he comes, he starts attending not once a week, like going Sundays to temple. He is going every day to Mangala Aarti. And then, because he is attending every day Mangala Aarti, he will also attend Bhagavatam. Then he is hearing Bhagavatam. Because of this Bhagavatam, what is happening? His life has completely transformed. He is already understanding what are the what is the downside of materialistic life, because he is more alerted. He's saying, I have less time and I have a lot to do. The only grace is mercy. Let me go and fall at the feet of Vaishnavas. Let me go to Tirtha Yatras. Let me do that. Let me do this. He is very eager that he want to wind up his sinful life in this lifetime. And now I'm thinking, oh come on. I am initiated. I am second initiated. I have recognition. I have followers. I have that. I have this. All these things, what is happening? I'm feeling I'm great. And as soon as when I'm seeing others are advancing, if I do not understand that, yes, they are far, far better than me, what will happen? Because of Matsara, because of envy, I may do my own life. And in Prabhupada is saying, yeah, Indra was envious due to fear that those who perform great sacrifices for execution of mystic yoga might occupy his seat. We are also always thinking, oh, I am afraid. I am scared because tomorrow someone else will come. He will take over my position. He will become more famous. He will be where people all will turn to him. He is. So all this meditating about him is nice, but not in a glorification. It's all about I am afraid of my position. That is the reason I'm remembering him. Rather, if I will see the greatness of that person and glorify, what will happen is, first of all, I will appreciate, I will advance because of giving up this envy. Uh, I will advance, and not only that, the second benefit what we get is that we establish a relationship with the other person. Otherwise, what is happening? Hey, I don't like you. You don't, and then we will not appreciate the greatness of other person. And what is the question of relationship? So since no one in this material world can tolerate another advancement, everyone in the material world is called Matsara, envious. In the beginning of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is therefore said that Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is meant for those who are completely nirmatsara, nirmatsaranam. Yeah. So in other words, one who is not free from contamination of envy cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. If we have taken our valuable time, if we have ran or driven few 100 kilometers or 1,000 kilometers going to that place, this place, we took a flight, we went to Vrindavan, we went to Mayapur, we went to Puri, all these places. What is very important is that this quality can help us to enter into the Dham. This quality, by giving up envy, then we can advance. It is mentioned, however, in Krishna consciousness, however, if someone excels another person, the devotee who is excelled thinks how fortunate the other person is to be advancing in devotional service. Such non-envy is typical of Vaikuntha. However, when one is envious of his competitor, that is material. The demigods posted in the material world are not exempt from envy. Now we may say when demigods themselves are not free from envy, what chance do we have to overcome envy? We can overcome envy only way. I think yesterday we were saying, right? Discussing. Only when we practice bhakti. There is no other way. Khala. What is that? Vishwasya khala dhiya. There is so much envy prevailing all over the world. Yeah. Which means whichever corner we may go, we may find envious persons around us. They want. because they are scared to see advancement of some others. They'll have plans and schemes how to pull down. Don't we see how politicians, what kind of propagandas they come with so that they can pull the ruling party, that they can come over and they can take over the ruling party. So what is happening in this process of because of Matsara, because of this envious character, what is one doing? He is covering the greatness of other person. Because I wanted to, yeah. I remember when I was school going, there was this 15th August for which there was, I was vice captain of the whole area. And there is a captain, which means he is a step above me. And but he is coming from not so financially strong background. He didn't had dress that was expected as a dress code on the 15th of August parade. And then what happened was, I was thinking, oh, if this guy will not have, if he doesn't appear, if he doesn't come, oh, see, I will become the captain of all people, and I'll be the one who is for flag barrier, holding it and walking, and it's so nice. But I was also thinking, is this right? After all, he is a class above me. He is, it's only a matter of this. So I went to his house and I was asking, oh, why you don't? Yeah, he didn't directly say, but I said, okay, I could give my dress, so that you can attend. Of course, the only thing is, it was not uh, fitting his size, and then he couldn't. But somehow, anyway, I was just still thinking, oh, I did offer him a favor, and now it didn't work. So, which means I will become the captain. I will be the one representing all my group. So this envy is so dangerous that we always are looking for recognition. We are looking for a position, and yeah, sometimes there is this conflict. Sometimes we want to be, yeah, come on, after all, I am I am having some values, I have character, but when the time comes, how are we holding up to our values? That matters. And a Vaishnav can appreciate the greatness of others. Only a Vaishnav can do. One may think, no, anyone who is in the mode of goodness, no, that goodness has its limits. We may think that in the mode of goodness, yeah, see, everything is so nice, he's nice, yeah. But what is happening is a person cannot be 100% in the mode of goodness. Yeah, we may see some people, right, who are alcoholic, yeah, but they are very, very nice humanitarians. Yeah, what will happen? This humanitarian is only a kind of some good things that he understood, he want to bring it, but because he is also time to time in the mode of ignorance, yeah, relishing, enjoying, all these qualities are inside. It is only being covered by mode of goodness. So it's a matter of time that this balloon of mode of goodness will burst and expose all other modes that are present in us. So we have to be very careful, and the way how we can get immune to such kind of um, negativity is by taking up to Krishna consciousness. Why? Because right from beginning, what are we trained? We are trained to become servants, not masters. Yeah, it's so painful to become a servant. Come on. I want to be a master. I want to be at least master of servants. Isn't it? Isn't it so cool? If I become master of a servant, then what is happening? Then everyone will come to me. Oh, come on, I am also a servant, but I'm a big servant. This tendency is time to time checked by who? By spiritual master. Guru is seeing that, hey, he is getting carried away by pride. He is not able to tolerate advancement of others. He is carried away by envy. So, when we are close to the spiritual master, he arranges such a way that we get life lessons that this will only drag us down. Yeah, we should not carry all these heavy things because these are only dead weights. They do not help us in the remaining life. What we have, if we want to be successful, we should give up. Huh? That's what we hear from the Guru. That's what we hear from the senior Vaishnavas. And when we are hearing those, what is happening? Then yes, I want to become servant. Again, this feeling of I want to be servant. I want to be servant. As long as there is this pride, huh, which is dominating humility. When this pride is dominating humility, then what is happening is that we are always being um, defeated by the material energy. This material energy in the form of mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, or combination of all these will always catch us tightly until we put our head and approach the lotus feet of the Lord. And that process is called Krishna consciousness. Then we can give up all these qualities. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is present in everyone's heart as Super Soul, and he is the proprietor of all planets and enjoyer of the results of all sacrifice. He was personally present at the sacrifices made by King. And I don't know, Adirasa Prabhu, we were discussing about whether King Pṛthu was Shakti Avesh avatar or
Yes, Guruji.
at that time, what did I say? Om Prabhu asked. Okay.
So you said, Prabhuji, Shaktiya.
Yeah. In the
Yeah,
purport,
it's a king. You said king, king quality.
Yeah. Quality of a king of the Lord. Yeah. In this particular purport, Prabhupada is making it very clear because there is also Lord Vishnu and also King Pṛthu, and both are incarnations of the Lord. And there is a difference between these two kinds of incarnations. And in the purport, it is said in this was the word Sakshat is referred. Pṛthu Maharaj was a Shakti Avesh avatar, incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Actually, Pṛthu Maharaj was a living entity, but he acquired specific powers from Lord Vishnu. What is that power? Power of ruling, power of king. Lord Vishnu, however, is directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now we see there are two tattvas present in this sacrificial arena. One is Vishnu Tattva, who is the Lord Vishnu, who is expansion of Krishna himself. And then Maharaj Pṛthu belonged to Jiva Tattva. The Vishnu Tattva indicates God, whereas Jiva Tattva indicates part and parcel of God. When God's part and parcel is especially empowered, he is called Shakti Avesh Avatar. Lord Vishnu is herein described as Harir Ishvara. And the meaning of this is so nice, yeah, because we can understand who is Hari, what is Hari means. The Lord is so kind that he takes all miserable conditions away from his devotees. So Hari, by just saying Hari, yeah, what we are doing is by calling out Hari, we are invoking this grace of Lord that all our miserable conditions go away. So this is what Hari means. And Hari Ishvara, yeah, here it said, he is described as Ishvara because he can do whatever he likes. He is the supreme controller. I don't know. In recent days, there was this topic about, I don't know who brought it. I think Pṛthu Prabhu, or I think so, who mentioned about demigods. And and here we are talking about Ishwar, supreme controller. He assures, when he assures his devotees, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. And this here we see that Lord, he can immediately make his devotee immune from all sin, all the reactions caused by sinful life, if the devotee simply surrenders unto him. So this pride this envy, this attachment, all these things are our barriers to surrender. But as soon as we surrender, then the Lord takes control of us and He ensures that all our we get immune to all the sinful reactions. Sinful reactions will be happening, will be coming because we did it, but we get more immune to it by the grace of the Lord. Now the question will come, how can I surrender without purifying, and without mercy, how can I get purified? That's why Lord sends Vaishnavas. That's why Lord sends spiritual master to this world so that we can take their support, and through them, just like a Lord is arranging a doctor to get a patient surgery, right? What is doctor doing? Yeah. Do we think that the doctor is expert? He had so many patents. He has nice equipment. He has nice experience. In addition to all these, from where a person is blessed, it is still the Lord. The Lord He is arranging all these things. There might be best hospital in the world. There might be a best doctor in the world. There might be best facilities available. Even the patient also has best chances. What is happening is, when there is his time comes to end, then whatever all these things are there, they are of no use. If the Lord want to protect, then all these things are arranged such a way magically everything is works. So no one can give better instructions to human society than Lord Krishna. So Lord himself is saying, just surrender. And by through a process of surrendering, we understand that we are not the master. We are not even the master of the servant. We are the servant of the servant. It's not that I am the master of the servants. I understand that I am even the servant of the servants. Anvito Brahma Sarvabhyam Loka Palai Sahanugai. In this way, here we say, when Lord Vishnu appeared in the sacrificial, and Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and all chief predominating personalities of every planet came with him. The Lord, see, just like a minister when he is going, everyone is with him, ever eager to have a moment of his association so that they can discuss their own challenges, they can share what they have done. Ever eager, just like, I don't know, when we were walking with His Holiness Jayadbhaid Maharaj, I remember when we were walking with Lokanath Maharaj and other great, even we see so many, what is this? Morning walks with Prabhupada. So many people are ever eager to capture a moment. So when Lord appears, then every personality has appeared. When he appeared on the scene, the residents of Gandharva Loka, the great sages, the residents of Apsara, all praised him. And then the Lord was accompanied by the residents of Siddhalok and Vidyadhara, all the descendants of Diti and demons and Yakshas. He was also accompanied by his chief associates, headed by Sunanda and Nanda. These associates, what is the word used? It's also already written here. Pramukha. Sunanda Nanda, Pramukhas, headed by Sunanda Nanda, the chief of Lord Vishnu's associates from Vaikuntha. They appeared. Not only that, great devotees who were always engaged in the service of Supreme Lord, who are they named Kapila, Narada, Dattatreya, and masters of mystic powers, headed by Sanaka Kumar, all attended the great sacrifice with Lord Vishnu. Ashwamedha Yajna is not an ordinary yajna. That to performed by by King Pṛthu. So everyone came. And we know Dattatreya, son of Atri and Anasuya, is also present. Great sages are there. Yatra Dharma Dugha Bhumi Sarvakama Dugha Sati Dugdhi Smabhi Sitan Arthan Yajamanasya Bharata. So Bharata, who is this Bharata here? Vidura. So Maitreya Rishi is saying, oh my dear Vidura, the great sacrifice, the entire land came to be like the milk producing Kamadhenu. And thus, by performance of yajna, all daily necessities for life were supplied. And Prabhupada in the purport is mentioning about dharma dugha. Yeah? For it indicates Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu is also known as Shurabhi. In spiritual world, Shurabhi cows are there. As per Brahma Samhita, it said, Lord Krishna engaged in tending these cows, Shurabhir Avipalayantam, Lakshmi Sahasra Tasadamyana Sevyamanam. So one can milk a Shurabhi cow as often as one likes, and the cow will deliver as much milk as one requires. Unless we are prepared to perform the prescribed sacrifices, our supply of necessities will be checked. I think last week we were discussing about why the earth didn't produce or facilitate the people with all these things. Why? Because we are exploiting. We didn't understand that the secret or the key important thing is performance of sacrifice. If we don't do, then we cannot expect all what we want. Therefore, it is recommended in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Yagnai Sankirtana Prayayar, that by performing Sankirtan Yagna, by satisfying the Yagna Purusha, Lord Chaitanya, one can derive all the results derived by great sages in the past. King Pṛthu and others derived all the necessities of life from the earthly planets by performing great sacrifice. Now this Sankirtan movement has already been started. Yesterday we were talking about, am I part of ISKCON? Yeah, Satish Prabhu? Yeah, that question came up, right? Yeah, I don't. There. Hello. Okay. Anyway, so this question is there. Oh, am I part of ISKCON? Because now the Sankirtan movement has already been started by the International Society of Krishna Consciousness. People should take advantage of this great sacrifice and join in society activities. Then there will be no scarcity. If the Sankirtan Yagna is performed, there will be no difficulty, not even in enterprises. So because we are taking part in the Yagna, whether it is Kirtan, whether it is service in the temple, we are already part. Whether, even though we didn't sign a contract, but we are part of it. We may think, oh, no, I didn't want it to be. Or it's too late. We are part of it. Yeah. But the good thing is it's for good. We are part, though we are rebellious of not surrendering. We are rebellious of not giving up our freedom. We are rebellious of not letting our free will get into the hands of someone. But the good news is we have given all this in the hands of Lord Krishna. By accepting Krishna consciousness, we are showing a gesture that I am coming towards you, Lord. And the Lord is eager to facilitate. Then everything will run very peacefully and smoothly. This is what he said. And then the flowing rivers supplied all kinds of tastes, sweet, pungent, sour, etc. And very big trees supplied fruits and honey in abundance. The cows, having eaten sufficient green grass, supplied profuse quantities of milk, curd, clarified butter, and similar other necessities. It is very, very important. Yeah, nowadays yajnas are not so much. Now even people are thinking, should we even maintain cows? Or rather, if we kill cows, then there is no need of maintaining all this. There is also this greenhouse effect. Biogas emissions are causing ozone damages to the ozone layer, which is actually protecting us from the sunlight, direct sunlight. All these things. But if we see the sacrifices that we are talking about, how is the sacrifices supplied is through what? Clarified butter. Yeah, okay. Wood, okay. Still there are trees. We can go cut those special trees, branches, dry them up, and then these can be used for fire sacrifice. But when there is no clarified butter, what can we do? Is it just like only a bonfire, bring all the wood, put some kerosene or some other petroleum and then burn them? No. So to do proper prescribed yajnas, clarified butter is needed. And where is it coming from? It is coming from cows. Cows provide milk, and from milk comes curd, from curd comes butter. So yeah, and in purport, Prabhupada is mentioning about this tastes. Yeah, this is what is mentioned here. No? The flowing rivers supplied all kinds of tastes. So it is so important that rivers are the sources of what we are enjoying taste. How is it? When I drink water, what is the taste of water from a river? Anyone tasted? What is the taste? No one?
Yeah, it's neutral, Prabhu.
Yeah, so then our taste buds need to be refined further to appreciate the taste. The taste of river water is sweet. That's why now whenever we take this, what is it called? Mineral water bottles, right? What is happening is they inject all these kind of minerals so that we get, oh, this mineral water is very nice, sweet, tasty. But actually natural minerals that are there in the core of rivers, right? Or coming from the hills, and all these bodies they carry a taste. And here from Bhagavatam, we see the flowing rivers supplied all kinds of taste. So not only that, of course, we don't see a river water which is pungent or sour. But then what is happening here is that if rivers are not polluted and are allowed to flow in their own ways, or sometimes allowed to flood the land, what is happening is the land becomes very fertile and able to produce all kinds of vegetables, trees, and plants. The word rasa means taste. Actually, all rasas are taste within the earth. Yeah, you're getting the point? The rivers are grabbing all these tastes from those minerals that are there on the earth. Pṛthu Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
And then what is happening? These minerals are this water. Where is this water going? It is spreading all around on the land, and wherever there is a seed, what is happening? Then this water is nourishing those seeds to germinate, to become plant, and then it starts producing fruits, vegetables. Some are of this taste, some are of the other taste. And Prabhupada is giving example. For instance, sugarcane produces its juices to satisfy our taste for sweetness. Oranges produces their juice to satisfy our taste for a mixture of sour and sweet. Pineapple and other fruits, also they do. At the same time, there are chilies to satisfy our taste for pungency, right? It is same river water. What is happening? This river water, if it is allowed, then the earth is able to cultivate those seeds. And although the earth's ground is same, different tastes arise due to different kinds of seeds. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam. I am the original seed of all existence, Krishna is saying. Therefore, all arrangements are there. And as stated in Ishopanishad, Purnam Idam, everything is already there. Complete arrangements for production of all necessities are there. People should therefore learn how to satisfy Yajna Purush, Yajna, by performing Yajna. The humans came to this world, and along with humans, what is sent? The process prescribed duties, which is Yajna. And what is the essence of Yajna? Is to satisfy Lord Vishnu. Indeed, the living entity's prime business is to satisfy the Lord, because the living entity is part and parcel of the Lord. Thus, the whole system is so arranged that the living entity must do his duty as he is constitutionally made. Without doing so, all living entities must suffer. That is law of nature. And now whom to blame? Is it law, or is it that we are not following the law? If we don't follow the law, what are we called? Terrorists, right? The words taravo, bhuri, varshmanaha indicate very luxuriantly grown, big-bodied trees. So the purpose of these trees was to produce honey and varieties of fruits. In other words, the forest also has its purpose in supplying honey, fruit, and flowers. Unfortunately, in Kali Yuga, due to absence of yajna, there are many big trees in forest, but they do not supply sufficient fruits and honey. Thus, everything is dependent on the performance of yajna. The best way to perform yajna in this age is to spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world. Siddhavo Ratna Nikharan. Anyway, so these are just further. We are not yet going into the action part of this. So King Pṛthu was presented with various gifts from the general populace and predominating deities of all planets. They came and they gave gifts. The oceans and seas were full of valuable jewels and pearls, and the hills were full of chemicals and fertilizers. 4 kinds of edibles were produced profusely. What are the 4 kinds of edibles? Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasada Svat Anna Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangam. This is what we Chaturvidha. What are the 4? They are technically known as Charvya, that which is chewed, Lehya, that which are licked up, Chushya, those which are swallowed, and Peya, those which are drunk. These are 4 kinds of food, and these are the hills are full of chemicals, so that when river flows down from them, the chemicals spread over the fields to fertilize the 4 kinds of foods. So this system is so nicely arranged by the Lord, that when we know that where there is hilly areas, right, then the clouds they accumulate, and where the water bodies is there, like from oceans the water is collected. When the hills come at that area, they start pouring out, and from the hills this water is going down and spreading across the levels of land, and then provides resources. Now just if we just think the arrangement of Lord is so nice, are we able to do this? No, it's very difficult. We need to go somewhere, get water from somewhere, then pour it, and then so much we are dependent with the nature's law. If we allow it, then everything is taken care. I don't remember who was that scientist or a philosopher, I don't know. He said that if now we see a lot of calamities, a lot of disturbances that are happening in this world, but if we want to bring an end to all these things, what he said is we just have to remove human race. Then everything, the nature's law is so powerful, earth can recover very quickly. It is only we who are disturbing it from recovery, from its restoration. But nature's law is so powerful that everything is there. Pṛthu Maharaj was greeted by residents of other planets. They presented various gifts. And here there is also mentioned what it is clearly indicated in this verse that oceans and seas are meant for producing what? Jewels. This is what it said, corals and jewels. But in Kali Yuga, the oceans are mainly being used for aqua farming. In this aqua farming, pearls and corals are not focus, it's fishes. Shudras and poor men were allowed to fish, but the higher classes like Kshatriya and Vaishya would gather pearls, jewels, and corals. Although poor men would catch tons of fish, they would not be equal in value to one piece of coral or pearl. In this age, so many factories for manufacture of fertilizers have been opened. But when the personality of Godhead is pleased by the performance of Yajna, the hills automatically produce fertilizing chemicals, which help produce edibles in the fields. Everything is dependent on the people's acceptance of Vedic principles of sacrifice. So in that way, King Pṛthu was dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as what? Adhokshaja. This verse is very nice. Iti chadok adhokshajasya Pṛthostu paramo dayam asuyam Bhagavan Indra Patigatam Achikarat. So here we see Indra is addressed as Bhagavan. There are actually three. There are three gods in this verse. Iti cha adokshajasya. We know anyway adokshaja is Lord who cannot be seen with our eyes, who accepted is a worshipable Lord. Adokshaja. Adokshaja Isasya. Isha means controller, Lord. Then there is also Pṛthostu Paramodayam. Pṛthu is king. He is also addressed, he is the Lord here. We know that. He is Shakti avatar. And then Asuyan Bhagavan Indra. So being envious of who? Pṛthu. What happened? Bhagavan Indra. Oh, what does that mean here? Prabhupada is explaining. In this verse, there are three significant purposes expressed in the words Adhokshaja, Bhagavan Indra, and Pṛthu. Maharaj Pṛthu is an incarnation of Vishnu, yet he is a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Although an empowered incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he is nonetheless a living entity. As such, he must be a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although one is empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is an incarnation, he should not forget his eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here we understand that King Pṛthu, though he is Shakti avatar, he, like him, if one is empowered to rule, if one is empowered to take over affairs, still he should understand that what is he? He is still a servant of the Lord. Now the next, the word Bhagavan Indra indicates that a living entity can even be as exalted and powerful as King Indra. For even King Indra is an ordinary living entity in the material world and possesses 4 defects of conditioned soul. What is that? Cheating. Yeah, we'll anyway discuss that. So here King Indra is addressed as Bhagavan Indra means to show that he is so opulent. Bhagavan, one who possesses opulences. So this king is Indra is opulent. King Indra is described herein as Bhagavan, which is generally used in reference to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this case, however, King Indra is addressed as Bhagavan because he has so much power in his hands. Despite his becoming Bhagavan, he is envious of incarnation of God, King Pṛthu. Why? This is the defects. The defect of material life are so strong that due to contamination, King Indra comes envious of an incarnation of God. So because of this, we are not even seeing here the greatness of a person. He might be even empowered by the Lord. So he himself is the Lord. We should try to understand, therefore, how a conditioned soul becomes fallen. The opulence of King Pṛthu was not dependent on material condition. As described in this verse, he was a great devotee of Adokshaja. The word Adokshaja indicates the personality of Godhead who is beyond the expression of mind and words. However, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears before the devotee in his original form of eternal bliss and knowledge. So the devotee is allowed to see the Supreme Lord face to face, although the Lord is beyond the expression of our senses and beyond our direct perception. So this means real Bhagavan is one who is beyond words and expressions or mind, which means to really then have darshan, one has to take the position of servant of the Lord. One has to become a devotee. Then and only then it is possible to see him. And he is the real Bhagavan. When Pṛthu Maharaj was performing the last horse sacrifice, King Indra, invisible to everyone, stole the horse intended for sacrifice. He did this because of his great envy of King Pṛthu. Yajna Pashum is the sacrificial animal, and that he took, and due to which, because of Spardana, so he stole. This is very. King Indra is also called what? Shatahotra. Kratu. Shata means 100. Kratu means sacrifices. One who has performed 100. So he has already performed 100 Ashwamedha Yajna. Now this King Pṛthu is going to do the 100. Then what will happen? Now the title of Shata Kratu, even King Pṛthu may get it. So he was envious. We should know, however, that the animal sacrifice, anyway, this we already discussed. When an animal is sacrificed, why is it sacrificed? To test the abilities of a Brahmana. Can a Brahmana get back the animal back to life? If the Vedic mantras were properly pronounced during the sacrifice, the animal sacrificed would come out again with a new life. That is the test for a successful yajna. When King Pṛthu was performing 100 yajnas, Indra became very envious because he did not want anyone to excel him. Being an ordinary living entity, he became envious of King Pṛthu, and making himself invisible, he stole the horse and thus impeded the yajna. See, what is very important for the yajna is horse, and then if he steals the horse, finish. The whole thing is stopped, and then the title is there, and then he will not claim the authority or power to take my position. This is what has happened. And then when King Indra was taking away the horse, he dressed himself to appear as a liberated person. How did he come? Did he come with his Vajra? What is his weapon? Forgot.
Vajra Prabhuji, Vajrayudham, the thundering bolt.
But I think there is also a name. Anyway, so with his thunderbolt, Ayudha. So yeah, he would have come or with his own power. Yeah, after all, he's a king, and he's also king of heavenly planet. So he would have come. No, he came as a liberated person. Actually, this dress was a form of cheating, for it falsely created an impression of religion. When Indra went into outer space in this way, the great sage Atri saw him and understood the whole situation. And the word used to address Indra here is Amuktam Iva, like a Amukta, liberated. Mukta means freedom. Amukta means completely, of or eternally. Amukta, like a liberated person. And who is that? Pakandam means in Hindi there is a word Pashandi, right? Who is a cheater? Prabhupada pronounced that Pashanda. Both of these words indicate an impostor who presents himself as a very religious person but in actuality is sinful. Indra took up the saffron colored dress as a way of cheating others. This saffron dress has been misused by many impostors. This Prabhupada is saying, people are using saffron for anything, to show, to attract sympathy or to attract attention. Yes, indeed, it is to attract attention, but it should be genuine. To show that, hey, just like if I am sick, I'll go to, do I go to a black coat or to a white coat? Where do I go? I go to a white coat. Who is a doctor? If I have a problem with the legal issues, I go to a black coat. So everything has a dress code. It's not like no, for convenience there is a uniform. There is also a reason behind that uniform. Why it should be only white? Why it should be only black? Why? No, in other countries, people may bring up so many things, but there is a purpose behind a color, and saffron has its purpose. Saffron shows that one is liberated. He has not attachment. It's not like the other day, right? So when we were performing drama, at whose place was it? I don't remember. At Adirasa Prabhu's place, we did a drama where I came with saffron.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means it's only a dress. And inside so many things are there. It is only a covering. In this way, people are cheated. As we have mentioned many times, the conditioned soul has a tendency to cheat. Therefore, this quality is also visible in persons like King Indra. to cheat, is present. It is understood that even King Indra is not liberated from clutches of material contamination. Thus, the word amukta iva means as if he were liberated are used. The saffron dress worn by a sannyasi announces to the world. What does it mean? He has renounced all worldly affairs. Such a devotee is actually a sannyas. Why? Not just renounced, but actually to do what is simply engaged in the service of the Lord. It is not halfway. If we are halfway, after few years, one again goes back to his desires, dreams, attachment, and all craving, and all these things creep in again. It's only for a moment a relief. Maybe just like if one takes drug, he forgets the world. After the drug dose is gone, he understands where he is again. So when one is just thinking liberation gives lot of freedom, I don't have to take care of my family, I don't have to take care of society, no need to pay tax, no need to buy, what do you call this? Adiras Prabhu, if you become a sannyas, what is happening? Yeah, government, you go and just say, hey, I want to set up an ashram. Yeah, and government will give you subsidized resources, and you go to people, they say, hey, I'm a sadhu, give me money, so that I can build a very nice palace, sorry, very nice ashram. Yeah, the palace is inside. So what is happening in that? Adirasa Prabhu will accrue everything, and then one fine day, what he's doing, he's constructing everything, and he starts saying that, hey, all this is because I am Bhagavan, because of I am my greatness, everything came. Who gave you all these resources? The government paid you, the people gave you, and in the end, who you're claiming it's all because of you? And then you become a self-manifested Bhagavan. Do you have to study anything for this?
No, Prabhuji.
No need of IAS, IPS, no need of civils, no need of IIMs, nothing. You don't even have to know anything. What you only have to know is art of jugglery. What word should I say so that people are attracted? What dress should I wear? What should I show? What miracles, what do you call black magic I need to do? And then you have influence. And when get people, they get influence, then they will just follow you. And yeah, you start protecting yourself from exposing your weaknesses. And one fine day when you're caught in this life or in next life, then we hear the music, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti ya sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriya. So who is best sannyasi is mentioned here. It is not one who is not, what is it? One who, well, let me read. One who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no work. It is not that freedom from material suffering. It is not that I don't want to be in the law, influence of law. Let me become free. Let me go to some place so I don't have to do anything. That is not sannyas. Sannyas means one who is not attached to the fruits of his work, but who works as he is obligated as in the renounced order of life. So in the renounced order also there is job. We may not say that sannyas means some retirement. We may think that sannyas is so nice, it's so cool that just by taking sannyas order, I don't have to hear to anyone, I don't have anything to do. Sannyas means freedom from all work. No, it's not retirement, it's not freedom from all work. It means to actually make our arrangements such a way that we can engage constantly in the service of the Lord, whether it could be in a living in temple and preaching, or whether it is going into the forest and preaching, whether it is going into the cities and preaching, or wherever. The objective is what? Preaching. In other words, one who offers the results of his activities to the Supreme Lord is actually a sannyas and yogi. So which means when we don't do anything, what can we offer? So he is not a sannyasi. A sannyasi is the one who is doing, who is serving the Lord, his mission, and that's how he is able to offer. He is a sannyasi, he is a yogi. So sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriya. So he is not a yogi. So this is anashrita karma phalam, without expectation of karma phal. Karyam karma karotiya, one who is doing activities, he is a sannyasi and yogi. Cheating sannyasis and yogis have existed since the time of Pṛthu Maharaj. This cheating was very foolishly introduced by King Indra. In some ages, such cheating is very prominent, in other ages, not so prominent. It is the duty of a sannyasi to be very cautious because, as stated by Lord Chaitanya, Sanyasira Alpa Chidra Sarvaloke Gaya. A little spot in a sannyasi's character will be magnified by public. Therefore, unless one is very serious and sincere, he should not take up the order of sannyas. One should not use this order as a means to cheat the public. It is better not to take sannyas in this age of Kali because provocations are very strong in this age. Only a very exalted person advanced in spiritual understanding should attempt to take up sannyas. One should not adopt this order as a means of livelihood or for some material purpose. So we should not take up sannyasi because, okay, now I am in grihastha ashram. Okay, now my responsibilities are over. Okay, then what is logically comes is sannyas, right? So after all, I'm not satisfied. People are not satisfied with their own position. They always want change. And of course, from grihastha, I cannot become brahmachari. That's not possible. Okay, next option is vanaprastha. Yeah, vanaprastha, come on. It's not so appreciated. Does it really exist? I only hear about brahmacharyam, there is grihasthashram, then there is sannyas. Vanaprastha, I think in Kali Yuga there is no more vanaprastha, so let me directly go to sannyas. Why? Because logically, no more sex life, no more taking care of children. I don't think I have to be in grihasthashram. Grihasthashram is still considered as low. People think grihasthashram is still place of attachment. Grihasthashram is, so many saints, they left their family, they left their wife, and they became sannyas. So I think logically makes sense. I should also do that. Well, unless we understand this very important principle that in Kali Yuga, provocation is very strong. Am I getting disturbed? Yeah, we should self-reflect. If provocations are there, if I am disturbed, then sannyas is not our door to knock. Only a very exalted person, advanced. Yeah, here Prabhupada is mentioning, he's not saying only very exalted people. Here it's said, only a very exalted person advanced in spiritual understanding should attempt to take up sannyas. One should not adopt this order as a means of livelihood or for some other material purpose. It is because now if I become sannyas, then people will arrange flight tickets for my travel to different places, different temples. So that's so cool. Let me become sannyas. No. Yeah. Anyway. So that's what here Prabhupada is saying. And then when the son of King Pṛthu was informed by Atri, then what he said? He said, wait, tishta, tishta. Where is this word? Tishta, tishta. Just wait. And he's asking this liberated person, Indra, to wait. And why he's asking to wait? This is because son of King Pṛthu, he hold bow and arrow, but a Kshatriya will not shoot an arrow to the back of his opponent. When a Kshatriya out of cowardice flees from the battlefield, showing his back to his enemy, he is challenged with the word tishta, tishta. Uttishta means to rise and go, right? Tishta means to wait. So a Kshatriya is first warning to wait. Rather, now he is running, let me shoot. A real Kshatriya does not kill his enemy from behind, nor does a real Kshatriya turn his back on the battlefield. So both the Kshatriyas are not there who is waiting to kill, and when the person sees, and also the Kshatriya is not even ready to face bravely. Although King Indra was very exalted, being the king of heaven, he became degraded due to his stealing the horse intended for sacrifice. This line is very important because this is also will come again. Yeah. Therefore, he fled without observing the Kshatriya principle, and the son of Pṛthu had to challenge him with the words Tishtha, Tishtha, he's shouting and saying, wait. And then King Indra was fraudulently dressed as a sannyas, having knotted his hair on his head and smeared ashes all over his body. Upon seeing such dress, the son of King Pṛthu considered Indra as a religious man and pious sannyasi. Therefore, he did release the arrows. And then Atri is saying, no, uh, he's King Indra. Muni again instructed him to kill the heavenly king because he thought that Indra had become the lowest of all demigods due to what? His impeding the execution of King Pṛthu's sacrifice. So in that way, being thus informed, now the son of Pṛthu Maharaj immediately began to follow Indra. And he was very angry with him, and he chased him just as the king of vultures chased Ravan. So this also sees that Ramayana is not fantasy. Where here we see that in this story also we see who is that Jatayu, who chased Ravan. And then when Indra saw the son of Pṛthu was chasing him, he immediately abandoned his false dress and left the horse. See, when we cannot face, come on, Kshatriya, he's king of heaven. No, what he did, he immediately out of fear, he just left the horse there. And then son of Maharaj Pṛthu returned the horse to his father's sacrificial arena. And then out of this great achievement, the sages who were there, they have named him Vijitasva. Now, don't ask me what was his before name. Yeah, here at least, yeah, he has done a deed for which he is given a name. Pṛthu Prabhu, do you remember we were discussing on Namkaran Day program in Dusseldorf? What is it? So here the sages have given him a name. When we do also great deeds, we will also given names. When we take up initiation, or when we take up sannyas, there are different names given for what is to be achieved or what is achieved. In that way, name has a very significant role to play. It's not just any name, just that take a spoon, throw it on the floor, what sound comes, let me name it. So, my dear Vidura, Indra, being the king of heaven, was very powerful and immediately brought a dense darkness upon the celestial arena and then sacrificial arena. After doing this, what he did he again stole the god. He again took away the horse, which was chained with golden shackles near the wooden instrument where animals were sacrificed. So now the sage Atri again pointed out this, and this Vijitasva chased him again. But when he saw Indra was carrying in his hand a staff with a skull at the top and was again wearing the dress of sannyasi, he still chose not to kill him. In spite of understanding that this Indra is coming in the sadhu vesh, but actually he's not a sadhu, still he didn't kill. When Atri saw again, gave directions, the son of King Pṛthu became very angry and placed an arrow on his bow. Just immediately seeing this, King Indra abandoned the false dress of sannyas and giving up the horse, made himself invisible. Of course, Prabhupada didn't elaborate on this, but we can see cheating propensity is so strong in us. We might be warned 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. Yeah, I can remember reflect on myself. I have been warned by German, what is this, um, Flensburg, uh, uh, ticketing, yeah. They keep saying, don't cross the speed. But this cheating propensity is so much that I think, oh, no, no, I will escape this time. I can go. I'm getting late to my program. No, come on. Why should I go only 100 here? It's actually, I can go faster. All this cheating propensity, what will happen is punishable. So here, Indra, uh, he has this cheating propensity so much that he again came, isn't it? He already saved with his life ones, and again he won't. Why? Because he is scared of his position. So we are scared of our position rather than our life sometimes. Yeah, life. Okay, let me try to take some risk. Of course, if no risk, no fun, right? Yeah. There is this nice story that there's two rats. One rat came from the village and met its friend who is in the city. This rat, and you say, that the my master is that my he arranges everything. And they come and see in the morning. Let's get up onto the dining table, and then this village rat saw so many preparations. So many preparations are made. We know for European breakfast, how many? Uh, you would see that there is butter, there is cheese, there is bread, fruits. So, I mean, come on, this whole table was full of lot of food. Then this rat was thinking, wow, yes, this rat is really very fortunate. And you know what? Let's go and eat before someone sees. And then when these rats were going to eat, all of a sudden there was a bang on the table, and
Can you hear me?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhu.
sorry. My system was in a immediate reboot. What I was telling, yeah, the story, rat story. I think I have already said this before. When this big bang came, this city rat, of course, it knows what it means. Yeah, every day it would hear that. Oh, but this village rat got shocked, as if like that blow was very close. It would just kill him, kill this. Then anyway, escaped and went back to the hole, their home. And then they asked, "What is this?" You say, "Yeah, yeah. You know what? All these things are there, but my master, yeah, yeah, he sometimes, yeah, um, tries to um, attack." And then this village rat said, "Oh, you enjoy your feast here. Yeah, village life is far better. Let me go back to those." Of course, there might not be some people who may so lavishly platter the whole food, uh, but um, at least independent life. Yeah. So I don't know. So we went from this cheating propensities, right? So this propensity is so much that we don't even fear for our life. But this village rat was smart that he says life is more important. If I don't get all this tasty food, doesn't matter. I'll just survive on what is there. But in the case of Indra, he thought, no, what will happen to my role? What will happen to my position? Huh? There is only one heaven, there is only one king, it should be me. Huh? if at least hells, there are so many hells. But for heaven, yeah. So anyway, all these thoughts came. So he went again, and this time when he did, he then son of King Pṛthu again went, and he saw, and then he took his arrow. Atri said, "Yes, you should, yeah, kill." Now we see a sage is saying to kill a Kshatriya. This is also interesting. And why? Because of kind of degraded thoughts that one may do in when one gets, uh, one wants to cheat. He doesn't see what is right, what is wrong. He will not see what level of cheating is he doing, what kind of irreligious activity one does. He wants to be in his own position. Yeah, this is what attachment can make us. This is what envy can bring us, that we forget what is right, what is wrong, and we indulge in all kinds of um, uh, false or um, irreligious activities. So in that way, so yeah, so Indra came again, and then son of King Pṛthu, he chased him, and then he changed his dress. Again, he left his false identity. So when people are punished, so many lessons, yeah, we can go into each and every detail to find so beautiful this pastime. So there should be a controller to control us, otherwise we get carried away. Yeah. If there is no controller, what will happen? We'll just think, hey, I can do whatever I want. So controller is required. Only when controller is there, then we understand what are we doing, we should not do, and all these things. Repeatedly, it's required. Sometimes we may not learn, we may not understand, we may not change, we may not get refined, reformed. So the rectification is not happening, and until then, such a controlling system is there. Law of nature is doing that. So the son of King Pṛthu is done this, and after that, after that, what happened is according. So this is the second time, and then in next verses we read that about that who inaugurated all this impostering thing. It is Indra. So Indra has done this, and who is vivid examples that we see in Kali Yuga. We see so many examples, and then which verse we were. Did not kill but returned deceived by him. Atri again instructed him to kill the heavenly king because he thought that Indra had become uh, lowliest of all demigods due to his impeding. And then when Indra saw son of Pṛthu was chasing him, he immediately abandoned his false dress and left the horse. Second time again. Indeed, he disappeared from the very spot, uh, and the great hero, the son of Maharaj Pṛthu, returned the horse, and um, when he saw that Indra was carrying with him, upon seeing this, King Indra immediately abandoned the false dress of sannyasi and giving up the horse made himself invisible. So, since that time, certain men with poor fund of knowledge have adopted the dress of a false sannyas. I think we were going through that. It was King Indra who introduced this. Wherever, whatever different forms Indra assumed as mendicant because of his desire to seize the horse were symbols of atheistic philosophy. And then, of course, we could go further, but I'll conclude with this. So, in this way, King Indra, in order to steal the horse from King Pṛthu's sacrifice, adopted several orders of sannyas. Sometimes some sannyas go naked, sometimes they wear red garments and pass under the name Kapalika. These are simply symbolic representation of their sinful activities, which means they have committed sin, and these are the effects of what is happening. And if we do not change now, so what does this mean? Is we are given this blessed human form of life, in this human form of life, what should we do is to do bhakti. But because of our sinful activities, what we are doing is we are still not making the best of the opportunity that we have. Okay.
I think your laptop has also come up, Prabhuji. You were able to see this.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop.
Am I back now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So here, this means that these are we are also, yeah, of course, we are not talking about, hey, I have not put a saffron cloth and cheating, but we are doing cheatings in whatever capacity we can. And what is happening here is that some sannyasis go naked, sometimes they wear red garments. Yeah, we also sometimes when we go to temple, we have one clothing, and outside temple we have another clothing. Sometimes we will do something when no one is seeing. Sometimes we do so many things. Yeah, we live a duplicitous life, not straight, not simple. So why are we doing this? Because we are going through a phase of mm, facing the sinful reactions that what we have done. I am actually in this world because I have committed some sin. I have got this body because I have done a type of sin. I am getting this kind of body because of that sin. So in that way, we are going to that. And this sannyas, so-called imposter sannyas, they are taking this avatar. Why? Because they have also committed sins. These so-called sannyasis are very much appreciated by sinful men. Yeah, come on. They are also glorified, right? They are also having followers. They have everything. Why? Because there are also so many sinful men. Because hoping. Just imagine, uh, that a government comes and what did it do is um, um, said, hey, no more liquor in the state. No more liquor supply. No license. What will happen? Makarand Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What will happen in that state?
Yes, the liquor will get banned legally.
Okay. Then what happens?
And there is a consequence like illegally that will get sold. So
Yeah, illegally anyway it will happen. Another thing is, yeah, you are waiting for to pull down the government.
yeah.
Yeah. So you will find a ruler who having the same sinful uh, lifestyles and who can encourage all these things back, and then he will be coming to rule, right? That is the reason. Who is ruling? Mass is ruling the world.
Yeah.
Not the class. In the name of democracy, what is ruling the world? It is the mass.
Us. Yeah.
Mass class of people are ruling the world. So what is happening? This is what in this verse it is said that we must know, however, that they are only passing as adherents of religion and are not so in fact. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religious, and being attracted to them, they spoil their life. What is happening? In the name of advancement, what is happening? Come on, military. We have to come on in the altitudes of such a high altitudes, low temperatures, Arctic Ocean. Even Prabhupada mentions in the name of what is it? So many bogus, and I think that comes in 22. I don't per part. Prabhupada mentions there are so many sannyas, so-called sannyasis, who say, hey, eating meat is okay, drinking alcohol is okay. Why? Because we are living in cold countries, and to survive we need all these things. No? So that itself shows, yeah, because they're attached. I remember when I think it was Chinnajiyar Swami, I think when he went to the UK, yeah, he didn't wear any coat. Hmm. Yeah, though it was it was in October, I think. It was very cold. Yeah, he was still there, bare. So, in the name of so-called sannyas, and then they say, "Oh, it's able to, we can accept it. We can do that." Even we also, yeah, we are not talking about sannyas. Even we compromise our standards, because by that, if we really take up to standards, we cannot survive long. We think, oh, come on, without food, without support system, without facilities, without recognition, society, security, all these things, I will cease to exist. Let me, no, let me find rulers who can maintain them. So liquor shop should be there, brothel houses should be there, slaughter houses should be there. All these things are there. Then only everything comes to my plate. Everything comes to me. What is, after all, I'm paying taxes. Government should give me a royal treatment. And what is that royal treatment? It is spoiling one's life. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religious, and being attracted to them, they spoil their life. So Maharaj Pṛthu, who was celebrated as very powerful, immediately took up his bow and arrow and prepared to kill Indra himself, because Indra had introduced such irregular sannyas orders. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any question or anything want to add? I think it's already quite long already. I went into some details, but any question pressing? Is it clear what we are discussing?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One question. So,
Yeah.
is it a sin, Prabhuji, to kill a person who is a thief but wearing a sadhu dress?
What, say again?
Is it a sin to kill or to punish a person who is a thief but wearing a saffron?
Are you asking, is killing a sin, or are you?
Is it a sin to punish?
It
No.
is the duty, right? Why?
Mm, no.
Did I
No,
say something like that? Or
no. No, I mean we hear usually that if someone is wearing a saffron sadhu dress, that the kings did not punish. Like in case of also of Indra when he went to Karn, so Karn also said, yeah, you are wearing.
here from next verse, actually next week we'll discuss, because on one side we see that Sage Atri was asking the son of King Pṛthu to kill, and even King Pṛthu is now ready to kill, but then the sages say, hey, don't kill, because King Indra has committed so much degrade and he will himself perish. That will affect. So that will be here. When the priests and all others saw Maharaj Pṛthu very angry and prepared to kill Indra, they requested him, O great soul, do not kill him, for only sacrificial animals can be killed in a sacrifice. Huh? Such are the directions given by Shastra. Anyway, we'll go through that. That will tell, okay, not to kill Indra, what he has done.
Yes, okay.
Next week.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah. So Prabhuji, yes, I think you're right. Like you are reading this now. So when King Pṛthu is performing this Asmed Yagya, he has a special vow. So during the time of Yagya, one takes the vow that I have to be in a particular boundary conditions. I have to follow these rules. So under that conditions, when he's doing the animal sacrifice or this Yagya conditions, he cannot kill anyone actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe in other normal conditions or other conditions he might have killed but because of this environment and his woes to perform the yajna successfully, he cannot take up any such things that killing a human person or a devta.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe.
it's not, yeah, this is what the priests are saying. It's not a Shastra, but a king is ever eager. Maybe he can once again restart a sacrifice, huh? But he wanted to punish the miscreants because that cannot be tolerated. Zero tolerance against imposters. That's the reason why even uh, king could not accept. So he immediately took the bow and arrow. Yeah, and this is one thing. And if we see in Ramayana, right, sage Vishwamitra Muni, he has all the powers, right? But still he didn't attack Subahu and what is the other name?
Yes, yes.
Marich.
Tadka.
Marich, yeah, Marich.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Marich and Subahu were spoiling the Yajna sacrificial arena with blood and bones and all those things. Sage Vishwamitra Muni says to Dashrath, even I don't need your sons anymore. I can do it myself. But I took a vrat
Yes, yes.
that I will not. So yeah, as you said, Shastras are telling how one should be so that they just like, yeah, right, if we are doing a kirtan, when we are doing a kirtan, our full focus should be on kirtan. If someone is messing up, if someone is doing that, someone is doing this, yeah, okay. If it is too much disturbing, then one should get up and say, hey, you are disturbing everything. But at least if we focus, our main focus should be what? To do kirtan. Very carefully on our holy name. Are we able to pray to the Lord in that kirtan? Are we calling the Lord in that kirtan? So in that way, so much in every service, we should be able to give full attention, full focus. Yeah. Nice.
Yes. Yes. Prabhuji, there is one point regarding the enviousness of the King Indra.
Mhm.
So he was very envious, actually, too much envious. And there are many other instances that he has been doing this same thing. I don't know, he's always the same Indra because he also changes. The position of the Indra also changes, the person changes in different yugas. So maybe the post is bringing that quality in him. And actually, Prabhuji, in this regard, when we go through this complete chapter, we see that there can be two reasons of enviousness. One is the other person is trying to get my position. So I am envious to someone else because he's trying to get my position. I have earned this position. After long years of working, long years of my hard work, I achieve a position, but someone else is trying to grab it faster. So this is the reason of enviousness that it can naturally come. And of course, there should not be any enviousness like this, but it comes actually because we are not perfect. And in this case, this is not the case actually. Lord Pṛthu, Maharaj Pṛthu is not interested in the Indra's position. He's really not interested. He want to satisfy and serve Brahmanas, Vaisnavas, and he want to please Lord Hari. And he's doing this Asmedhyad just for getting pity and prosperity of his kingdom, and not for getting the position of king, Devlok and king of Devtas. So even if Indra is thinking that he want to get my position, so sometimes we think even the person in front, he is not interested at all, but we make by our mind that he want to take my position, and we become envious falsely actually. So this is the case here.
Yeah, it's a fear. Yeah,
Yes.
this sense of fear is one thing, and there is also, yeah, usually we intermix or use interchangeably the word jealousy and envious. Yeah. So there is also this that in the case of Indra, he already has the position, right? And then there is also Matsara, and that is coming into that. And then there is also Irsha, like, hey, I don't have it because Omkareshwar Prabhu has, I don't have. I also have this feeling, right? Let maybe one day he may not have it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What you are telling is already having a position. And I'm telling a situation where I don't have it, but I'm not happy that others have it.
Yes.
So these things still come into similar category. Yeah. Why? Because we want to be the enjoyers. For that matter, if I don't have, I want it. If I have it, I don't want to lose it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the cheapest thing is that if I don't have it, let others not have it. So that then all of us are same, right? So yeah, all this we are not taught well in our school days. In our school days, we are only taught how to become first rank, right? What is it called?
Absolutely. Yes.
How to become number one. What is
Yes.
that number one is do whatever. If others don't have it, don't care. If you don't have it, don't care. Whatever hook or crook, get that one.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. This is actually missing our school education. Everything is missing, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Very unfortunate that our education system has spoiled us completely. Yes, and there is no in education system there is no education about our philosophy, our great saints, about our acharyas. There is no chapters, there is no lessons from their lives, so we don't know anything.
Yeah, at least the good thing now in India is that I think I was hearing to Amoglila Prabhu in one of his talks. He was telling now government has taken up initiatives of rewriting so many books for the school kids. So whatever the syllabus curriculum, whatever we have now about knowing about that Dutch Revolution, French Revolution, that these so many things. This is what we have been taught, right?
Truly,
So
yes.
things are taken out from the syllabus, and very soon the books which are introducing about greatness of India, greatness of Indian culture. When we're talking about India, it's not just only about India, but actually our values, Sanatan Dharma. To that, we education system is going to get introduced into upcoming curriculums. Yeah, that is very important because otherwise, if you see nowadays kids, how much they are addicted to phones.
Yes.
As if like that's my, I have seen this Lord of Rings, my precious, my precious. People are not able to breathe without phones, without forget about kids. Adults are not able to cope up with the attractive world that's around them. Wine, woman. What is that third one we were talking? Wealth. Wherever there is money, they are ready to go to any part of the world, right?
Kanchan and Kamini.
Kamini. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, these are all through the strength of Bhagavatam. We understand that as soon as these symptoms are coming, we should understand these are harmful for our own devotion. So we should give them up. Otherwise, this will be, they creep up. And have 2 weeks back I was taking out some plant. Yeah, what is this? That too, we didn't sow any seed, it came on its own. I was taking it out from the pot. It is so strong, the roots are so strong, in the whole the mud which was in the pot came up. And now Omkareshwar Prabhu, how thick is a root? Tell me. Not even
Yes.
the size of a hair, right?
Yes. Yes.
But this seed which has grown into that root, how strong it can influence that it is not coming out. So these things
Yes.
are also like that. They appear very small. We don't even feel. Are we able to see this? As soon as when someone is telling, or as soon as when we sense this, immediately we should find medicine for it. What is the medicine? Chanting the holy name of the Lord. When we take up to chanting, to do kirtan and smaranam, yeah, these are two very important tools through which we can cut these roots. This is not my words. This is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying in Bhagavatam. how to cut the root. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pṛthu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथ श्रीमद्-भागवतम। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण।